Hi everyone, I'm just dropping in tonight to give you a little update on the projects that I worked on last night with you. Really appreciate that you watched my videos yesterday. The technique I did with the glue and the liquid colors, the reinkers, and then also the silks, all from Fun Stamper's Journey. If you're watching, say hi, drop me a note, let me know you're watching my video, let me know where you're signing in from. I'm in Chandler, Arizona. I am a Fun Stamper's Journey coach. And oh, hi Gail, thanks for watching. I wanted to I'm doing a test. I had problems last night with being able to see comments, and it's working well now. I can see the comments on my iPad with no issue, so that's great. My phone I can too. And what the problem was last night is that I had the phone up above so that you could see my work surface, and in the process I have my iPad at eye level and I couldn't read any comments, so it put a disadvantage. Update on the projects I did yesterday. The ones that I worked on, the silks with the glue was completely dry this morning. The one with the liquid colors and the one with the reinkers was still damp. Now, if you do those and they're still slightly damp where the color is really saturated, you can go ahead and just put, a piece of cardstock, add a little bit of glue it right to the back. That will work. Don't do it though when the project is super wet. The colors will just saturate directly through the cardstock, and you don't want that. So anyway, they're dry enough that I could work with them, but if I was going to put them directly on a card base, I would have concern that some of that, a liquid color, the reinkers would saturate through the card. So you want to be sure and back them. I'm working on a brand new project. I can't wait to do a demo for you. I probably will do it tomorrow because I worked on this afternoon. If you're like me, I absolutely, positively love glitter. Anything with sparkle and shine. And one of the disadvantages to glitter is that not all of my friends and family love it as much as I do. Because when you put it on a card, we mail it out, there's glitter in the envelope, they handle the card, there's glitter on them. And so it can be a negative to many people. So I did some experimenting, and I have to show you. I'm hoping, let's see. Can you see the sparkle? There we go. Oops. And see the texture behind? I'm hoping that'll... Okay, so I'm playing with the acetate sheets with the glue and with the other products like I did yesterday. Adding some glitter, and then adding texture to the back and letting it dry. And when you add, this is the back side, when you add the texture, it comes all the way through. And so it gives a really neat effect. And I've tried it with some other things. This one I don't like as much. It's a little dark. And then here's another one. And I'll have better pictures of them later, but it's just kind of show you what I'm playing with today. And the projects are still wet, so because they're not completely dry, it's not going to have the same look as when they're dry tomorrow morning. So I'll probably do a video. I'm going to try to do a live feed tomorrow so that you can I can show you how I did these and what I was able to create with them. I really appreciate everyone watching and also spreading or sharing my videos with others. Hi, Jen. Thanks for watching also. Anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm a Fun Stampers Journey coach. My absolute passion in life is card making. I've been a card maker forever. I'm a big crafter overall. I've done so much crafting over the years. My next biggest was cake decorating. I did cake decorating, latch hooking, embroidery, liquid embroidery, regular embroidery, machine embroidery, beading, crocheting, some knitting. Wasn't real good at knitting, tiny bit of quilting, not real good at that, but I've always come back to paper crafting, and I absolutely love being a Fun Stampers Journey coach and having such wonderful quality products to work with. And whether you order a small order from me, a large order, every order is appreciated, and every customer is important to me. So I appreciate, you guys being loyal to me as a coach, and also your orders. And then even if you just watch my videos, follow my page, I appreciate that too, because it's helping me spread the word about paper crafting. So anyway, I'm hoping to be back on tomorrow night, and like I said, when I am, this is what I'm going to show you how to do. And again, it's this one, you can kind of see the sparkle. There we go. There's the sparkle. And all the texture. It's really, really pretty. Oh, Gail, I was with Stampin' Up for years and had a blog and a YouTube channel. And in fact, back then it's KreatesKards, whereas now it's KreatesKards Journey. Thank you for following with, my crafting career. I appreciate it. It's been really interesting over the years to run into, to talk to people. And, oh, yes, Cricut. You're right. I had a Cricut, and then I traded in for a silhouette. Had a silhouette, traded it in for a scan and cut. And now my scan and cut is mostly being used for vinyl. I mostly did t-shirts this last year with it. I've had the scan and cut for a couple of years, and at one point was using it a great deal with my paper crafting until I became a Fun Stampers Journey coach. So yes, it is interesting how we grow along the way, how our focus changes. And like I said, my focus always comes back to card making. I absolutely love making cards. It's just what I do. It just comes second nature to me. It was like when I cake decorated. Cake decorating absolutely was my favorite thing in the whole world to do, and I did it for 12 years part-time as a hobby out of my home. And I've done wedding cakes for up to 400 people. I've did chocolate molding with it, but I ended up, getting away from it. There were some health issues, and the first thing the doctor said to me was, "I hope you're not standing on your feet all day long." And so they suggested that I continue cake decorating but sitting. And it was like, well, that doesn't quite work. It doesn't work. Because at that point I was really looking into starting my own bakery. I wanted to have a bakery and be a cake decorator and full-time. But that's okay. It wasn't meant to be. If I'd had my own business, I absolutely would have never met Hal, because I would have been working all the time and I wouldn't have been able to go on the cruise where I met him. So everything happens for a reason. We might not always understand it at the time, but there's truly a reason behind everything. But my card making over the years. Oh, your grandpa was a baker? Oh, how awesome. He really must have put in long hours, and how wonderful though. My grandfather came from Italy as a child, and I remember being at his home, and he would have handmade pasta. And what he would do, he had this is as a kid, but I remember this long hallway upstairs and these wonderful wooden racks. For me, they would have been a dryer rack, you know, for clothes. And my grandfather had pasta hung over the racks all the way down the hall. And he would make all of his own pasta. And if we went to his house for dinner, which we did once a month, he lived about an hour and a half from us, we would go up to his home, and he had a wood stove and he had an electric stove. And he would bake pasta sauce, or not bake, he would create pasta sauce on his wood stove with only using fresh ingredients from his garden. And the pasta sauce got started at 6 in the morning, and if we were lucky, we got to eat at 6 o'clock at night because it had to simmer for hours. So that was one of the memories I remember of my grandfather, is that pasta had to be made from scratch, pasta sauce had to be made from scratch, and it had to cook on the wood stove for 12 hours, otherwise you didn't get to eat it. So good memory of my grandfather. So I'm sure you have some really good memories too of your grandfather and being the baker. When I was going to do my bakery, I was going to do it so it was specifically cakes and chocolate molding. Those were my oops, wait a minute. I'm trying to see the rest of your comment. Hold on. Oh, it's not going to let me open it? Well, okay, I can see part of your comment, Gail, not the whole thing. But yes, it's really important to it's really nice and wonderful to have fond memories of different aspects of friends and family. You know, that's really great. So are you guys, are you working on anything this weekend? Any special projects? I'm working on cards. Like I said, I'm working on these new techniques because I want to show you those tomorrow, and with some cards I'm making. Are you working on anything yourself? It's just fun. Sometimes I have a specific plan. Today's plan was to try this sparkle technique, and then tomorrow's plan will be to take the dried product, you know, the dried projects, and make them into cards or card backdrops, whatever I decide to do. And then tomorrow night I'll do a live feed, so I've got samples. I got some new stamps. Oh, I'm not familiar with them. I'm sure you're going to have fun. How awesome to have new products and be able to sit down and, you know, be creative. Just as a reminder to everybody that's watching too, this is the start of a brand new month, and we've got a special promotion with Fun Stamper's Journey. All of our solid color cardstock and the individual ink pads are all 20% off during the full month of September. And then every week there's going to be a special bundle of products that they're going to put on super sale just for that week. And that won't be announced this week until Monday or Tuesday. And it'll only be for 1 week, whereas the 20% off on our ink pads and our color cardstock is valid for the whole month. It's fun to try different things. I go through spurts of, you know, using pattern paper, and then I go through spurts of, I probably use the solid color papers the most because I like to create my own backgrounds. And with the result of making my own backgrounds, I feel there's just more versatility, that I can take any color cardstock I want, take a set of stamps, create a background, create create a card, create a scrapbook page, whatever, and it's uniquely mine. It won't be one anyone else would have an exact copy of. So it's kind of, that's kind of fun. I think that's why I probably like making my own backgrounds the best, is that it gets to be my own. It's like these these pages I'm making right now with the acrylic sheets, they're so unique. No two are going to be identical. This is, in fact, this I showed this last night, but this is one of my favorite cards that I've done, and I'm just so pleased with the background on the, on the Clearview sheet, and I just like doing that. I mean, do you make any of your own backgrounds, or do you depend more on the printed paper? Fun Stamper's Journey has some awesome printed papers to choose from, and the other thing that I really like that we have right now are tags, and the tags are already printed, and you can go ahead and just cut them out with our bread tag die, or you can cut them out with scissors and then use it as a card front or as an accent on a scrapbook page or a tag on a package. So some real versatile items. Well, anyway, I was just coming in today. Part of it was I wanted to test to make sure that I could see comments on my iPad, and it is working properly now. Last night it wasn't. So I appreciate everyone that watched my video. Whether you're watching live or watching the replay, take a minute, drop me a comment. I do go back in and I do check, and if there's questions, I absolutely will answer them. I'm willing, anything I can do to help. And if you have suggestions on a Fun Stamper's Journey product that you would like demonstrated that I may have, I would be happy to show you, or a technique, or if you just, if you're looking for some type of inspiration and just need a little help, let me know. I'm willing to help in any way I can, and I appreciate each and every one of you for watching. So I'm going to call it a night. Thanks again, and I should be back tomorrow with a live feed on the new project with, I'm going to call it the glitter acetate. And have some, some of those to show you. Oh, thanks so much, Gail. I appreciate you watching, and it's been fun chatting with you tonight. And I will save this video so it can be watched on replay also. Thanks again. And if anyone would like to place an order, my business website is funstampersjourney.com/MaryDirector. Thanks again. Bye.